Today on Legendary Trails, after visiting the lesser visited ruins, we decided it was time to visit the main group of structures that made Hovenweep National Monument famous. The Square Tower site hosts the monument's visitor center and main facilities. This trail navigates the rim of the Little Ruin Canyon, providing access to viewpoints of numerous ruins. The east side of the trail descends about 100 feet into the canyon, requiring and climb up the other side, thus making this actually a moderate trail and no longer easy. To make this trail easy, you would not do the descent into the canyon, but instead hike around back the way you came. The Square Tower is the only site in Hovenweep that lies along a paved road. The area can be easily accessed from Blanding or Monticello, Utah, or even Cortez, Colorado. A road atlas or an offline download of Google Maps will help you navigate this area. This area does not provide any cell signal, and GPS can have issues as well. Before traveling into this region, please plan accordingly. After we stopped at the visitor center to show our national park pass, we were ready to hit the trail. The main section to the overlook of this trail is paved, as you can see, and is handicap accessible, making this for a nice little stop for anyone in your group. From the overlook, you'll be able to see many ruins found in this area. From that point on, however, this trail becomes more primitive after you leave the first overlook.
We can go one or two ways.
The Stronghold House is the first ruin along the trail. Some of the best views of the structure are from across the canyon near the Twin Towers, however, but it's really nice to get your first taste of the ruins at this stop. And as I said before, this is where the handicap accessible trail ends. As the trail continues, the trail will pass a few more ruins on its way around the canyon arm, as you can see in this diagram here. You don't have to look very far to find these ruins as you hike though, because they're pretty easily spotted. As you can see, this is where the primitive area of the trail begins. It is very similar to a lot of other hikes that are found in the Utah region. If you've gone to the other Hovenweep sites, this is very similar to those trails as well. You'll be traversing along a canyon rim and along a lot of slick rock, and there are a few little boulders and hill climbs to do. However, it's pretty easy and pretty gentle walk. Just take your time if the elevation is getting to you. Besides deciding if you're doing the whole trail, this is the only other decision point you'll have to make. You'll have to decide if you want to take the small detour to the tower ruins. If you take the left like we did, it will take you along the canyon rim where you can see more ruins before arriving at the main feature on this hike. The right fort makes a more direct path to some of these other features. However, you're here anyway, so you should probably take a hike and go to Tower Point. I'm so glad we did, because these ruins did not disappoint. They are truly incredible, and they are unique in their own way from the other ruins. The most striking feature of the Tower Point itself is the commanding view of the canyon and the side canyon, Sleeping Ute Mountain, and the surrounding landscape. Plus, with that waning desert light, this is gorgeous. After we were done admiring the Tower Point group, you just have to turn around and go back the way you came to get back to the main trail. This offshoot I highly recommend, and it is definitely worth your time to do. The next stop for us will be Hovenweep Castle. Hovenweep Castle is probably the one that most people are familiar with on this hike. Hovenweep Castle consists of two D-shaped towers perched on the rim near the canyon head. The stone walls, 2 3 courses thick, show detailed masonry techniques. Growth rings on the wooden beams in one tower indicate that the log was cut in 1277 CE, one of the latest dates of any structure in the San Juan region. Castle is the name given by archaeologists. No kings or queens lived there. Sorry, folks. The farmers who did live in the canyon may have used this large structure as a dwelling, a community center, spiritual center, or perhaps even all three. It is rather large.
It's all part of the castle, buddy. You loved this one when you were a little guy.
I like it.
You still like the castle?
My favorite.
It's your favorite.
It's my favorite one.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Quickly after the Hovenweep Castle, you'll come to the tower that has made this group famous. This is Square Tower. However, from this vantage point, it's really hard to see Square Tower, so it's actually got a better viewpoint from the other part, but just be aware that you are standing right above the check dam that they were using for Square Tower. If you stand right where the check dam is, you can kind of get a nice view of Square Tower right there. It's kind of amazing how well hidden this is, but from the other side you'll get a better view here in a minute. The Square Tower ruin is in the bottom at the head of the canyon. This 3-story structure was made with a little twist. It appears that there were many structures in this canyon in the past, judging from the stackable rocks that are currently covered with brush. As you admire Square Tower, don't forget to look around you. The unique location and appearance of Square Tower fuels speculation that it was a structure with spiritual significance, but we'll never know.
So instead of snack spots, you have nap spots.
Resting. I'm just resting. I'm tired, that's all. It's been a long day.
After Dane had his quick little rest and nap spot, we decided to continue on down the trail to the next group. The trail continues around the canyon rim, and it will be passing several more structures, if you can imagine that, on this historic trail. The first structure you'll be coming to next is the Hovenweep House. It is very similar to a lot of the other ruins, and you can't get too close to it, but you know, it gives you some good look at some of the masonry of this time period. Here's the official overlook for Square Tower. Personally, I like the view from the check dam better, but here is the actual official viewing point for your pleasure. As you continue along the trail, you'll come up with some other ruins. This is Round Tower, and then there'll be a couple more before you hit the next major group. The Twin Towers. Together, the Twin Towers have 16 rooms. Their architecture is amazing. The 2 buildings rise from the native bedrock, their walls almost touching. One is oval and the other is horseshoe shaped. These towers are among the most carefully constructed buildings in the entire Southwest.
$2.
No, that.
A short distance past the Twin Towers, the trail makes its descent into the canyon. This is the section that if you don't want to descend into the canyon and then have to ascend on the other side, you're going to want to turn around and came back the way you came for an easier hike. It will make the hike longer, but it will be easier overall. However, there are enough steps that are made from the slabs of rock in the canyon to make the steeper sections of this trail easier to manage. The hike out of the canyon is quite the adventure. With the following the trail, you'll go over rocks and around them and also through boulders. As you can see here are some of the steps that I was talking about earlier. They're pretty easy. They seem like almost like they made a staircase out in the middle of nowhere, thus making it easier to climb down the steep sections of this trail.
So are you going to look heroic for the camera? Can't do it?
Ugh.
Heroic for the camera.
I don't want that on
So what do you think of Hovenweep so far?
I like it.
Do you think kids who are 6 would like it? So what does it get for an Everall approval rating?
1,000.
1,000? Wow, that's even higher than Mesa Verde, folks. So we just finished up at Hovenweep. Don't take your national park pass because it falls out of your pocket.
And your credit card.
And your credit card, yeah. So I got very lucky and somebody returned those to the office for me. So
Thank you.
thank you, whoever you are. You made my day.
Next time on Legendary Trails, we show you what our new 2022 Tacoma is made out of, and we take it on its first dirt road test. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you're not caught up on all of our adventures, you should click on the suggested videos. We hope to see you out on the trail soon. Bye for now.